Hey guys, how's it going? It's April. April's going to be bringing some new topics for January here. I hope you guys enjoy this one, because this one is so critical to future generations, to your kids. We're going to be doing a little family series called our Family Whatever Facebook series, Changing Your Family Tree. Roots up, starting with your babies. You guys know my story about our oldest son getting cancer 7.5 years ago. And because of that, I have been, I guess passionate could be a word, but crazy driven to change you guys, to change 117 million people in our country. Let me give you some stats. Grab a pen and paper. It's about to get real. We're going to keep this to, God help me, 15 minutes. That's why it's going to be a series, because I got a lot to say. Half of the United States, of American adults rather, half of us in this country have one chronic health condition. That is 117 million people, in case you're a numbers person. Okay? Now then, 1 in 4 of those same people have 2 or more. 2 or more chronic health conditions. And you guys have heard me talk long enough. I am under the belief, and I can prove it to you, that I'm going to go and say 95% of this is preventable. Straight up. Now then, you might be like, Jen Weir, you can't help if your baby's born with no arms and no legs. Yes. But I will also chat with you about my daughter who was born with her organs outside her body. Just real quick. When I was pregnant with her at 9 weeks, we spent a week at Disney World. Did you guys know at Disney World, at Disneyland, at Disney everything, they have little signs that say the chemicals we use for pesticides and may cause severe birth defects. At 9 weeks gestation to 12 weeks is when the gut is being formed. Now, I'm not going to die on a hill for that one, but I'm just saying. Okay? So there's that. So it got me to thinking, okay, forget about us adults, right? Let's talk about our kids, because our kids are the future generation. And for me, I'm like, I kind of worship the sun a lot, hence the reason why I had my black salve all over my face a while back. I got some stuff I'm still working through, changing my DNA. But my kids, my son was 9, and he got a grown-up cancer. Now, some of y'all didn't think it was very serious because he wasn't bald and throwing up. I get that. Okay. But the thing is here's a statistic for you. If an adult gets a chronic disease, let's say, they have about 10 to 20 years of suffering. Now, I know you're like, well, that's a long time. I know. Hear me out. 10 to 20 years. If a child gets a chronic disease, now you're talking 50 to 60 years of chronic suffering. I'm going to let that sink in. So everybody who's got a kid with asthma, who's got a kid with ADD, ADHD, who's got a kid with all the things that we just love to label our babies with, right? It's not just their childhood. This is something now through their life. Okay. So here's what I'm going to talk to you guys about today. Y'all know I work with Young Living. So what I do. The reason why I do this, the reason why my husband does it with me, that he's not at some corporate job, is not because we're like, oh my God, network marketing is the best. I mean, it is pretty awesome. But the reason why is because we have stuff that can literally change your family tree. Okay? Now, if you go back a year ago, I did a whole video on this about all the things. I did a little recon mission at the Target and did all the things that we use on Zion, we use on us, I used on myself when I was pregnant with him, and then all the others up until we had our Selah. Maybe, well, yeah. And And what we found is every single thing, and if you don't have the Think Dirty app, download it now. You can just pause, come back later, download it. Check your products, guys. This is how you can start. It's so freaking simple, like so simple. And yet many of us are like, I don't really believe you. Okay, just hear me now, believe me later. Just do it. Look at your stuff, okay? Because here's the thing. If you are using what you think is natural, Aveeno, Method, Target, Method, it's crap. It's total crap. There's a lot of stuff that is natural. We've all been greenwashed, okay? And it's not good for you. It is causing problems. Let me give you a couple of examples. So some things will have fragrance. Fragrance. Fragrance is, I'm going to read this to you. Well, I might have it memorized. I've talked about it enough. But a combo of 3,000, I'm going to say that again, 3,000 fragrance ingredients added to most personal care products, most, not all, most, to mask the odor of that product. Dude, that ain't right. Or to add a pleasant scent. You guys, my husband accidentally grabbed the scented trash bags. You know, it's like you have to like read all your labels, but he grabbed the scented trash bags and I was just like, what the hell is that smell? That's horrible. We couldn't figure it out. And I'm like, oh my God, it's the trash bags. That Febreze, that ain't pleasant. I feel like we're gonna die with that. Here's the thing, you might be like, hey, fragrance, whatever, whatever. The impact, the health impact of fragrance is carcinogens. For those of you who are new to the Genwear ranting train, carcinogens equal cancer. That's no bueno. 1 in 3 people get cancer now in our country. When I was growing up, I knew one lady who had cancer and she was older. Since my son had cancer 7 years ago, I've known like 10 of you guys, 10 of you who have had cancer since my son had cancer. A couple of them are little kids. A couple of them are women with the breast cancer. And I'm like, look, I'm going to stake my claim now. I'm going to say breast cancer is preventable. Look, there it is. I just said it. It is. I've done too much research to believe that breast cancer is not avoidable. It makes me angry. All right, the next thing is sodium lauryl sulfate. It's a cheap foaming agent, guys. Just because it foams doesn't make it clean. Just because it doesn't foam doesn't make it not clean, right? We don't need that. It's just a cheap foaming agent. Here's the impact of it though. You guys ready? Skin irritations, okay? Most of the time it's contaminated with ethylene oxide. You can just keep looking up. Every time you see SLS, the danger is it's an irritant, but that it's also contaminated with this particular oxide. That oxide causes cancer, especially the breast cancer. Boom, there you go. Another thing is methylparaben. Anytime you see the word paraben, head for the hills. But let's talk about this real quick. So methylparabens, they mimic estrogen. Did you know that? Also, it's a hormone, specifically endocrine disruptor. The impact, thyroid issues. Anybody have their thyroid taken out? Because, you know, that's like an accessory organ. My word. Or you're super sleepy all the time because your adrenals are shot, but you don't even know what your adrenals are, and you don't know that they're being screwed up because of something you're washing yourself with or you're putting on your body for lotion. Another impact, specifically breast tumors. Yeah, all bad, right? All bad. Here's the thing. There are products, I could go on and on about all the chemicals that are used in baby products specifically. But let me tell you about this one ingredient that's in a lot of baby products that I swear to you is going to have a full-blown come apart. I'm like, what? Okay. Oh, crap. I totally practiced how to say it. I'll type it in the chat. But the initials are IBP. It's like a $5 million word. Okay? But basically it's this. It's a water-based preservative, right? Originally used in wood and paint industries. Okay? Now it's in cosmetics and personal care products, specifically baby products. Oh, but do you know what it says? I'll tell you, glad you asked, that it is not to be used in children under 3. Wait, what? But this IBP, this iodopropanol butylcarbamate, or carbamate rather, is used in children's products, in baby products, and yet it is not to be used in children under 3. Holler at me if you're going to have a full-blown come apart right now. Right? That's right. All the mad faces. Seriously. Seriously. And people wonder why my kid got the cancer. Oh, I don't know. And maybe cancer isn't your story. God, I hope not. I pray that is nobody's story, especially with their little ones. Okay? But asthma. Again, ADD. ADHD. I've poured over articles today because I'm hot about this, because Young Living just finished launching all of their baby products, right? And so now I'm like, oh, awesome. Now we have something for everybody. We've got all the, get the toxins out of your house to clean with. Get the toxins off your face to do your beautiful face with makeup. Your oils, but even oils aside, let's just pause there. Supplements, all the things, right? And now we have all these baby products. So I was doing some research and I'm like, oh my gosh, parents, please hear me. Aunts, uncles, hear me. Those sweet little nieces and nephews that you're holding, please know baby wipes are endocrine disruptors because they have a lot of crap in them. So is your sweet daughter, son, niece, nephew, granddaughter, grandson, what have you, as you're wiping their parts with that toxic wipe, and then you wipe their face and you're wiping it on their reproductive parts? Guys, at 6 months, a year, you're doing damage now that will take a lifetime to reverse. Trust me, I've done the research, guys. And like, I just laugh because if you've ever sat in my classes, our seedlings wipes, like, come on, these smell like a little taste of heaven, right? They've got oils in them, nothing crappy that's going to disrupt your hormones, your baby's hormones. Guys, it starts from roots up. You start with your babies. If you knew that you could prevent stuff, wouldn't you? If you knew you could prevent your child from ever being labeled with some hyperactivity thing, right? Wouldn't you do it? I got sidetracked, but I was saying how I was researching all of this. And I'm kind of stuck on the ADD, ADHD thing, because there's that, you can't trust the research. I promise you. You can Google it now and spend the next 8 hours looking. And one will say, oh, yeah, there's all these myths about it. One will say, no, all these things cause it. And then everything in between. I'm telling you, it's freaking pesky, because I'm like, I don't even know who to trust when it comes to what causes what. But I will tell you this. I did a little informal research when I was, studying humans for 100 years, aka hairdressing. And I had so many people who had their kids on ADD medicine and ADHD and whatever. They did their thing. I'm never gonna, whatever, right? And then these same families had their kids, they were on growth hormone stuff. And I thought to myself, hold on. So I did this little informal research, and I'm like this. Okay, Susie Q, you were on ADD meds. Oh, also you are now on growth hormone. Oh, you, blah, 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 right? On and on. It was this epidemic. These same kids who had, for the last 4 years, been doing the ad meds are now on growth hormones, are now not eating much, are now having migraines. Did y'all hear me? Migraines. Side effects of ADHD medication. The key problems to look out for: sleep problems, decreased appetite, delayed growth, number 3, headaches, stomach aches, tics, moodiness, irritability. I feel done. Here's the thing. So what I'm asking you guys is this. Join me this week as I talk about changing your family tree from the roots up. Obviously, I'm going to talk about Young Living. Obviously. But hear me, I'm not trying to sell you another daggone pair of leggings. Unless it's Fabletics and we can talk. But I don't work for them. We'll go shopping together. But I'm not. Hear me. I'm trying to prevent my story, my son's story, from being your story. That's all. I'm just trying to tell you, I have spent now almost 8 years researching this stuff. And there's a better way. My Jonah, just to get to beat a dead horse about ADD, he's a toe walker. A lot of people have commented like, oh, you should be a dancer. I'm like, maybe you should shut your mouth, but whatever. But he's a toe walker. And so we went and had him evaluated when he was about 4. They're like, oh, he's hyperactive. See, the challenge is, though, Jonah's not in public school, so he's not going to get labeled. I'm just going to let him stand and do his math and run around in circles when he tells me a story. We call it his wandering monologue. Like, whatever. We have oils that help him, like, chill out when we need him to be chill, because that's a thing with some kids who are like, bouncing off. There's a better way, guys. What if I'm right? I say this all the time. You might be like, yeah, you're a little extreme, Jen. I know, it's a gift. But what if I'm right? What if you listen to me, your family tree all of a sudden is on this path and then it goes for the better? It's food for thought, right? So hang out with me this week. Let's talk. Let's keep this dialogue going. I will be hitting you adults up. All of you who take supplements, just a spoiler alert, why don't you look at your supplements now? If any of the ingredients have any sort of sugar, I'm going to be calling you guys on the carpet. If any of your supplements have wheat or any kind of nonsense or carrageenan something or other, we're going to have a talk, right? That's all right. It's all good. So, go check out your kids' supplements. Look, I'm already ahead of the game. Check out your kids' baby products. Their toothpaste, their body wash. I mean it, babies. We're just talking about babies. We'll talk about kids later in the week. We'll talk about teenage girls with the makeup that have to go to Sephora. I just can't even. We'll talk about all of this. But go check out your baby products and see. Just see. Download the Think Dirty app. It's such a quick, easy tool that you can do your own research. Guys, don't always take my word for it. My family will be like, Mom, you think you're always right? Because I am. But again, don't take my word for it. Go do your own research. Have a good day, everybody.